Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our weather window on this Friday, and a lot of clouds out there today. A few spits of rain as well on and off throughout the day, and temperatures were cooler than normal, but not that much wind, so it wasn't all that bad. But I'll tell you what, as we move forward in our forecast, tomorrow not going to be so great. Mostly cloudy skies, a chance for rain, and only 67. Father's Day, a little bit breezy conditions, maybe a morning shower in 70. And then look ahead to next week, especially Tuesday. That's the first day of summer, and that could be the warmest day of the year so far. We'll have more weather information for you coming up a little bit later on. Now, a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. East Wenatchee police pulled over a car Thursday night with 3 juveniles who'd allegedly been firing frozen gel capsules from airsoft guns. An Upper Valley man is suspected of trafficking stolen property taken from local cabins that had been secured for the winter. A Wenatchee woman who struck a 74-year-old pedestrian with her car last year in the Walmart parking lot must serve 15 months in jail. And the Forest Service has reopened some of the trails and roads in areas burned by wildfires last summer in Okanogan County. But first, our top story tonight, a bus carrying 39 agricultural workers rolled in an orchard outside Pateros yesterday afternoon, with several people suffering minor injuries. The accident happened about 4:30 p.m. off Highway 153 at about milepost 10. Tanya Valance, EMS director for Douglas Okanogan Fire District 15, said 9 people from the bus were transported to Three Rivers Hospital in Brewster with minor injuries. Emergency responders from the fire district, Brewster Police Department, Okanogan County Sheriff's Office, and Washington State Patrol responded. Both Valance and Trooper John Bryant of the State Patrol said the accident happened in the orchard and not on the highway. Details on the cause are not immediately available. In other news, East Wenatchee police pulled over a car last night with 3 juveniles who had allegedly been firing frozen gel capsules from airsoft guns. The teens allegedly fired on another vehicle in the Safeway parking lot on Grant Road at about 9 p.m., leading to fears that real firearms might be involved. Police stopped the car outside the Eastmont Lanes bowling alley and warned people inside not to exit the building while they investigated. Assistant Police Chief Eric Hampton said the use of frozen pellets in the non-lethal air rifles has become a common prank throughout the Wenatchee Valley. He says the teens were not arrested but were counseled and released to their parents. There were no injuries or property damage reported. Also, an Upper Valley man is suspected of trafficking stolen property taken from local cabins that had been secured for the winter. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies arrested 31-year-old Jesse Andrew Reeder on Wednesday. Deputies say a vacation cabin between Leavenworth and Lake Chelan was broken into sometime over the winter with about $30,000 worth of materials stolen. The out-of-state owner discovered the thefts in April. Home surveillance footage allegedly shows Reeder and other people moving and storing items stolen from the cabin, including a surfboard and a motorcycle. Police say it's one of several vacation homes burglarized while they were locked up for the winter. They say the investigation is ongoing and further arrests are possible. A Wenatchee woman who struck a 74-year-old pedestrian with her car last year in the Walmart parking lot must serve 15 months in custody. Kelly Diane Gleason, now 36 years old, was found guilty of purposefully striking the man during a dispute over a fender bender accident last October. A Chelan County Superior Court jury convicted Gleason last week of second-degree assault plus vehicular assault. Judge Robert Jordan sentenced her on Thursday. Her conviction carried a maximum standard sentence of 17 months. She was booked into the Chelan County jail shortly after sentencing. Well, the Forest Service has reopened some of the trails and roads in areas burned by wildfires last summer in Okanogan County. While some openings were announced yesterday, the Forest Service said it could be a year or more before other areas burned by the Cedar Creek and Cub Creek 2 fires are reopened for public use. Among the reopened areas are the Falls Creek, Chewuk, and Camp 4 campgrounds. Also reopened are trails to Falls Creek Falls, First Butte, and 8 Mile Ridge. In addition, all trail and road access up Cedar Creek, Wolf Creek, and Driveway Butte is now open. Information on all closures in the Methow Valley Ranger District is available on the U.S. Forest Service website. Well, when we come back, the State Department of Natural Resources wants people to be as prepared as possible for wildfire smoke this summer. On Monday, Washington State will celebrate its first Juneteenth, marking the effective end of slavery in the United States in 1865. Chelan County's Public Works Director is the state's County Engineer of the Year for 2022. And retired Chelan County PUD General Manager Steve Wright has received the highest honor granted by the American Public Power Association. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Attention RVers and campers! There's a huge RV liquidation event going on now at Click It RV of Moses Lake. Click It RV of Moses Lake must make room for new inventory arriving daily. There's a huge selection of top quality RVs that must be liquidated to make room for new arrivals.
You're going to want to be at this event.
Get to Click It RV Moses Lake's huge liquidation event.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro? You probably already are.
Get the best deals anywhere at Click It RV of Moses Lake.
We guarantee it.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Welcome back. In another news, the State Department of Natural Resources wants people to be as prepared as possible for wildfire smoke this summer. This week, DNR was promoting Smoke Ready Week with no cost and low cost tips for staying healthy. Among the cost suggestions is monitoring air quality in your area at airnow.gov, staying inside on particularly smoky days and avoiding rigorous activities. Low-cost tips include leaving the area for a few hours or days and upgrading your HVAC filters and do-it-yourself box fan filters. Those and other ideas are available at wildlandfiresmoke.net. Wildfire smoke has led to unhealthy and even hazardous air quality conditions numerous times in recent years right here in north central Washington. On Monday, Washington State will celebrate its first Juneteenth, marking the effective end of slavery in the United States back in 1865. The 19th of June, also called Emancipation Day or Freedom Day, became a state holiday by act of the legislature last year. Governor Jay Inslee participated in a flag-raising ceremony for the holiday Thursday in Olympia. On Monday, all state offices will be closed, as well as local government offices, including city halls in Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, and other cities. All county buildings will also be closed for business, including Chelan and Douglas counties, as will federal government offices. Chelan County's Public Works Director is the state's County Engineer of the Year for 2022. Eric Pearson, who's led the Public Works Department for the last 7 years, received the honor last week from the Washington State County Road Administration Board. He was nominated for the award by Chelan County commissioners and his own departmental staff. Pearson has overseen several major projects for the county, including the recent construction of the West Kashmir Bridge, Chelan County's largest ever public road project. Speaking of awards, retired Chelan County PUD General Manager Steve Wright has received the highest honor granted by the American Public Power Association. Wright was one of two recipients of the Alex Radden Distinguished Service Award at the association's national conference this week in Nashville, Tennessee. The award recognizes exceptional leadership and dedication to public power. Here's a video tribute that was prepared by the association to recognize Wright.
Steve Wright is the former general manager of Chelan County Public Utility District in Washington and the former administrator of the Bonneville Power Administration in Oregon. Steve's career spans over 4 decades of public service in the energy industry. The first 32 years of his career were spent at the Bonneville Power Administration, including 12 years as administrator, making him the second longest tenured administrator in BPA history. Steve was the general manager of the Chelan County PUD from 2013 until his retirement this year, during which time he led the development of 2 community-based strategic plans to help customer owners engage in the future of the PUD and their communities. Under Steve's leadership, Chelan County PUD lowered its debt ratio while substantially increasing investments in its hydropower, transmission, distribution, water, and wastewater assets, providing long-term value for its customer owners. At the national level, Steve recognized the need for policy changes that support hydropower into the future and partnered with the National Hydropower Association to develop a roadmap. He encouraged public power to create an organization to actively support hydropower that became the Northwest River Partners. Steve served on APPA's board of directors and the CEO Climate Change and Generation Policy Task Force, which leads APPA's efforts to develop consensus positions for public power on climate change policy. Congratulations to DaCosta, Steve, and all of our 2022 award recipients.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
You are driven to succeed. This drive is part of who you are, part of your cultura, your valores. With achievement comes a sense of orgullo. It builds your community. You stand on the shoulders of those who have walked before you, the ones who pushed you to succeed. You have the choice to overcome the challenges that arise in your life. You decide your future. Sí se puede.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Well, like most big events, the Wenatchee Pride Festival has been on hiatus for the last 2 years thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. This Saturday marks the festival's return to Memorial Park in Wenatchee, starting at 11 a.m. In tonight's feature story, Ashley Peterson is the volunteer coordinator for the event, which features live music, youth events, food, and a beer garden, and more. She spoke with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz.
We started planning probably around December, January, in hopes, fingers crossed, that we would be able to do it. And I'd say it's probably like February, March when things, like the rules kind of lightened up a whole lot. as far as the CDC's guidelines, and we're like, okay, let's charge. We are here to be a support system for the queer community, which there are a lot of people in the North Central Washington that are a part of it. And we're trying to create safe spaces, lots of events 365 days out of the year rather than only in June. So during 2020 and 2021, when we weren't doing the festival, we really put effort into making sure that we're doing like a monthly teen night, monthly events like Queerioke out in Rock Island, which was a blast. And we're looking forward and doing like a queer prom in the fall. We want to do a gala for the volunteers. We want to really start doing more things throughout the entire year to create that comfort zone for the community.
Are you making headway, or do you feel like you're fighting the winds sometimes, or are you doing good?
For the most part, we're doing really good. There's occasionally we'll reach out and be like, hey, we want to do this. And they're like, no, thanks. And we just keep going. But a lot of it's been people reaching out to us and saying, hey, we want to do something in our business. And we're like, awesome, let's do it. Whatever you want to do, let's go. I have booked music for years. I used to book music at the Beer Garden down in Leavenworth for a long time. So I called on friends a lot. I got Bree from Devil's Gulch and the Missionaries and her crew to kind of come in and committee lead for us. So Bree and Jessica have really gone above and beyond to help organize the stage, get the lineup ready. We have Snatchy Records helping out with the sound system, and they're all donating their time.
Everybody's volunteering.
Everybody's volunteering, and it's been phenomenal and very seamless and easy to do.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast with the weekend now in sight for us. First, let's talk about today a little bit. Unofficial high temperature, 69 degrees out there. So that was 9 degrees below where we should be for this time of year at 78. Record for the second day in a row, going all the way back to 1961 at 105 degrees. As far as lows go, perfect for this time of year. 44 is our record low in 1981. We did pick up 1/100th of an inch of rain over the past 24 hours, and that now gets us to 522. 5:03 sunrise this morning and sunset 9 o'clock. Let's take a look now as we get you into Saturday and the weekend, how our temperatures look. And temperature-wise, it's not going to be all that great. We're going to be unseasonably cool as we start off our weekend. Upper 60s for Ephrata at Moses Lake, 67 Quincy. Also Wenatchee, we should see 67, and then just a little bit cooler as we get into the higher elevations for tomorrow. As far as tonight goes, expect mostly cloudy skies. It's mostly from this area of low pressure that's now over Montana. We're getting that wraparound cloudiness that is coming into parts of the state. For Saturday, we're going to continue with mostly cloudy skies. It's going to be cool too, a 40% chance of rain tomorrow. And high temperatures only in the mid-60s, so starting off the weekend a little bit cool. For Father's Day then, maybe a morning sprinkle or two. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon. It's going to be breezy on Sunday too, with high temperatures near 70. And then I'll tell you, as we get you into Monday, more of a summer-like weather pattern. Area of high pressure bringing all of that subtropic warmth our direction. Going to be warmer on Monday with high temperatures in the mid-70s, so a great start to the week. And how about the first day of summer on Tuesday? Mostly sunny and warmer, clear all over the west. We are going to see high temperatures in the lower 80s, so actually above normal for temperatures. And we haven't said that much this spring. For Wednesday, still nice, a little breezy though, mostly sunny. We'll see high temperatures still hovering around that 80-degree mark on Wednesday. And then by the end of our forecast, as we get you into Thursday, mostly sunny skies. Our high pressure area gets kind of squeezed out a little bit, and that'll allow a northwesterly flow. Going to cool us off, but not a lot. We're expecting high temperatures on Thursday into the mid-70s. Now recap, 7-day forecast, 52 degrees overnight tonight. Cool and mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain on Saturday. Maybe a morning shower, giving way to breezy conditions on Father's Day. And here is our beautiful weather. Next week, Monday, we'll start off at 76. 81 Tuesday, 80 on Wednesday, and your high temperature by Thursday with mostly sunny skies at 75 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and our weekly community calendar of upcoming events as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's the Community Calendar, brought to you by Clean Connection. Blossom Creek in Blossom Valley presents the second annual Bike Around the Building fundraiser on Saturday, June 25th from noon to 3 p.m. Everyone is invited to bike, walk, run, scoot, or skate around the campus of Blossom Valley and Blossom Creek. Plus, there will be music and games for the kids and great prizes to be raffled off. It's all part of The Longest Day, the annual Alzheimer's Association fundraiser to raise awareness for the fight against Alzheimer's. For more information and to RSVP, call Rhonda at 509-608-3667.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. The stars were shining for Los Angeles last night as the Angels blanked the Mariners 4-0 at T-Mobile Park. Mike Trout hit not one but two two-run home runs, and Shohei Ohtani money on the mound, pitching 6 shutout innings as the Halos won the first of 5 games scheduled between Los Angeles and Seattle.
There's a fastball that he punishes out to deep right field. Trammell back, and it's gone!
And going the other way for Trout. You don't see him hit many home runs to right field. You see him hit a lot of home runs in this field. But that's a fastball, stayed on it, hits it the other way. Halos up 2-0. By the way, I picked Trout today. Home run block.
Oh, click.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
1-1 pitch. Trout sends that one high and deep out to center field. Rodriguez back, feeling for the wall. The second of the night for Mike Trout. Got him this time. Another 2-run shot. 4-0 Halos.
What a swing for Trout. A big add-on run. That time he got a fastball. So that's 2 home runs today for Trout on fastballs.
Here's JP as we get back to the top of the order. Line drive into the corner. Demo can run. He'll score on this. JP. He'll get the second. Dillon coming around. There'll be no throw. An RBI double, and the Mariners are finally on the board. It's 4-1 Angels. JP with a ringing double. His 13th double, his 16th RBI.
1-2 to Toro. Got him swinging.
That is a nasty splitter from Raisel Iglesias. We always think of Shohei's splitter, but Iglesias' splitter is dominant also. That punch out, couple punching out the sides in this inning for Raisel Iglesias. Iggy getting Iggy with it.
Yeah, George Kirby got the start for Seattle and took the loss, but manager Scott Service says it was his best outing of his career.
George Kirby was outstanding. Probably his best outing as a Mariner, quite frankly. And the quality of pitches, I think it was 80% first pitch strikes. He threw, I think, well over 20 curveballs. George was outstanding. He just gave up the 2-run homer to Mr. Trout, and 6 strong innings, but 2 runs. And with what Ohtani was throwing out there tonight, certainly was a challenge. Ohtani was on his game, no doubt. All of these sliders and obviously a really good fastball to work in to keep you honest, and along with the split fingers. So, rough night offensively, certainly in the early going against Ohtani. I thought Gino actually had pretty good swings against him. Suarez had a couple hits and then just missed a hanging slider that was caught, left field. And that happens. You're going to get just a few pitches to do some damage against Ohtani, and we weren't able to get much going there. So, again, credit to him. He's a really good pitcher. And unfortunately, Mr. Trout took care of business tonight.
Eugenio Suarez picked up 2 of Seattle's 4 hits on the night. J.P. Crawford drove in the only run. 2 teams meet again tonight, 7:10. Robbie Ray facing Michael Lorenzen. You can watch the action on Root Sports Northwest. Well, turning to other American League West play, Oakland salvaged the final game of its series with Boston with a 4-3 win. Christian Bethencourt's 2-run single highlighted a 3-run third for the A's. Esquivel Duran's 3-run triple in the top of the 9th inning gave Texas a come-from-behind 3-1 win over Detroit. Tigers have now lost 5 straight. Turning to local sports, Bellingham completed a 3-game sweep of Wenatchee at Joe Martin Field last night with a 5-0 shutout. Ryan Mullen was the hard-luck loser on the mound for the Apple Sox. He tossed 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, allowing just 1 run. Voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman, says it's not that Wenatchee didn't have scoring chances in the ballgame.
But for the first time since 2014, the Wenatchee Apple Sox are swept by the Bellingham Bells as Bellingham takes all 3 games against the Apple Sox at Joe Martin Field. It concluded on Thursday night with a heartbreaker for Wenatchee. They had foot traffic in just about every inning, but would ultimately lose 5-0. It was a 1-0 ball game going into the bottom of the 7th inning, and then Bellingham added 4 runs in the bottom half and a couple of Apple Sox errors as they sent 10 men to the plate. Each of the first 4 of the inning reached base safely. Heartbreaking for the Sox because there were so many chances offensively, hit into 4 double plays, and the loss overshadowed a great effort on the mound by Ryan Mullen, incoming freshman at Loyola Marymount. In his second start of the summer, he tossed a season-high 5 innings, struck out 7, only allowed 3 hits, only walked 1, but allowed the 1 run that was enough for the game-winning run. The Apple Sox are looking for their offense to pick up. They have scored 1 run in their last 3 games. It was a 6th-inning RBI single with 2 outs on Wednesday by Grant Sherrod. They've got to get something going as they return home to face the Bells Friday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium at 6:35 p.m. Wenatchee will be sporting their brand new powder blue jerseys. First time they'll be wearing those. They'll also wear them on Sunday for Father's Day at 1:05 against the Bells. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Thank you much, Joel, or should we say Dancing Queen. Michael Davini continued his hitting streak with another couple of hits. The sophomore from Coastal Carolina has hit safely in all 12 of the Wenatchee's West Coast League games so far this season. As Joel mentioned, the Sox return home tonight, sporting their new powder blue uniforms to host the Bells. We'll have it live here on the NCWLIFE channel. Join us for the pregame coming up at 6:30, the first pitch at 6:35. Other West Coast League baseball last night, Corvallis Duke Brotherton struck out 7 over 5 innings and combined with 3 relievers on a 3-hit shutout of Cowlitz, 9-0 the final. Tyler Quinn had a triple, scored twice, and drove in 2 runs for the Knights in that one. Colton Moore was 3 for 5 with 2 runs and 2 RBI to lead Victoria over Kamloops 8-3. Clayton Loringer was 2 for 5 with 3 runs and 2 ribbies to help Edmonton edge Ridgefield 13-12. The 2 teams combined for 6 doubles on the night. Golden Tate extended his hitting streak to 3 games, but Bend was the better team on the night. In Port Angeles, as the Elks beat the Lefties 9-0. Paul Myro IV was the hitting star for Bend, going 3 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. Jalen Ray led a 2-run rally in the 7th to break a 2-all tie as Springfield beat Yakima Valley 5-2. Ray finished 3 for 4 in the game with 2 runs and an RBI. Non-league action last night, Fidanzi Anthony pitched 5 scoreless innings for Walla Walla as the Sweets topped the Northwest Star Academy 8-1. Dalton Mashore mashed a grand slam home run in an 8-run 6th inning as the Pickles beat the Gherkins in Portland 10-2 the final there. You can get the updated standings and much more on our website, ncwlife.com. Baseball coming up. We'll see you for that. And if you are just heading out for the weekend, have a safe weekend. We'll see you on Monday. And back to this guy over here. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.